Okay. Right. Again, nice and prepared as always. That's how we like to roll. Tonight, Rachel's going to be running the show again. So,
Hey.
Rachel's here and Mike's here as well. I haven't even been able to speak to Phil. He rang me earlier, and I don't know if he's coming on the show later or if he's going to stay in the chat. I haven't found out yet. Phil, Mike, you thought he was just going to be in the chat, didn't you?
As far as I'm aware, yeah.
I can always jump on Hangouts if he wants to anyway.
Mm-hmm. Means that I can get on with more hobby. We will go through who's in the chat, then we'll talk about what we're going to talk about, which is pretty open tonight. So whatever everybody wants to talk about, we'll go through. The only stuff really that I'm going to be getting on with is starting to build some of my Black Dragon units. And we will talk about the Chronicles before I go into that as well, because I need stuff this weekend or next week, basically, to put together a big video. And we'll see who's in the chat first of all. Patrick Metzger. Furious George was first earlier on this morning, as always, to get the first comment. Patrick, later on, is there today only 40k in the focus of this show? It is not, Patrick, but we will talk about anything and everything, really. On a Friday, we kind of just chat about whatever. Stalker 40k, I'm sure they will branch out, yeah. Patrick, if Sam is still not too disturbed by his and Mike's bed picture, did you see it yet, Rach?
No, I haven't seen that.
You haven't
Where
seen
is
it?
it?
Oh my god.
Is it on YouTube? Is it on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
It's disturbing. That was George anyway. Furious George has started to use Photoshop and is now merging us all together.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Rachel doesn't, so just as a heads up, anybody who does message Rachel and stuff during the day, she doesn't even check the Facebook until sometimes late in the evening. So yeah, she hasn't even checked the Facebook. Right, Stalker 40k was here, is here. Blood Company from Boston, welcome Blood Company again. Hope you're getting on with your Blood Angels, alright. Vaughan Killian, welcome. They're talking about the chat. Why doesn't 2 minutes to go and there are only 8 of us here? I don't know how many are in at the moment. 33. The chat thing doesn't seem to catch up immediately, Patrick, and sometimes there might be like a bunch of people in the chat, but if they haven't said something recently, they don't show in the chat as well. So I was going to use that just to read out the names, but they're not all there. Anyway, Stephen Leggett, Kiblams, Big Mac Dance School, Tim Cafferty, Graham Rigg, Fell Hate. More airbrush woes for Big McDanskull, apparently. Blood Company, Team Yo, hashtag Team Sam, I have a request for tonight's hobbying. Can you show me how you angled your brush when you did the highlights to the Black Dragons? Specifically the knee and the elbow areas. Ooh. I can show you. There is, actually, tonight... Actually, it should already be up. Let me just double check if it's actually worked, because I've started scheduling things on the website, and I don't know if it's even working yet. The full tutorial should be on the website. I've also taken a segment of painting the armour, and that's going up on YouTube tomorrow for how I painted it, because it is a little bit different to how I normally do black. And it is on the website. Whether it works or not is another thing entirely. Surreal, saying sigh. What's the matter, Surreal? I hope everything's okay. Ashley Perkins, welcome. Furious George is back, morning. And Mark Potter, welcome Mark. Underdog Painting. New Nurgle for AOS tomorrow and the Great General's Handbook. I didn't realise that was releasing tomorrow. Or is it pre-orders for tomorrow?
I think it's pre-orders.
We need to make sure we get a copy of that. And properly Age of Sigmar it back up again. Stalker needs help. Should I build my new Reavers for my Space Wolves or Ultramarines or Blood Angels? I think they're more Space Wolves and Blood Angel based. That's my opinion. And when you can make something either a werewolf or a vampire, werewolf. What about you, Rach? What do you think?
I'm distracted by a dog. Sorry, what were we saying?
Mike, what do you think?
Space Force.
Okay, yeah. So you've got vampires, werewolves, or blue,
Oh, werewolf.
right?
Yeah, what's the question?
Doesn't matter. I'm going to move on.
It's going to be one of the nights tonight, isn't it?
I know. She's supposed to be running the chat, and she's struggling with the first question. Underdog Paintings doing Celestial Lions. Ryan Benfield nearly forgot about this chat. It's not too bad, Ryan. There's always the offline one afterwards. Apparently, Khalees is getting involved in the chat as well now. Oh dear. It is up for pre-order, apparently. Stephen Leggett going to throw in a question now, just because I keep forgetting to ask at a more appropriate moment, and I'll forget. Go for it. Big Mike Danskell, though very impressive edge highlighting on the Black Dragon, Sam. I think seeing you paint those will inspire me to give my Death Watch some attention. Thank you very much, Big Mike Danskell. A lot of people have said that the bluey grey looks nice. I was very unsure because in all of the artwork that I found, it's more of a grey rather than a blue. But I wanted them to be different because otherwise they look too much like Raven Guard or Black Templars because they literally are black and white. So I thought chucking in another colour would be a beneficial thing. I'm going to do another test model with greys as well just to see if they come out nice. But tonight I'm only going to be building the rest of the models. I've got some models to build. Stephen Leggett, damn enter key. My question, how much would bolt action cost roughly to get a starting force going? It's really affordable, Stephen. I'm going to bring up the browser a second, actually. One sec. You're still saying dog. There's a dog.
He's so cute.
It's chucking it down outside, so I apologise if you can hear the rain, but I have no control over the weather. It's really chucking it down as well, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, what's happening? Why is... Oh. I see. There we go. That might work. Okay. So starting bolt action, depending on which force you're going to do, I'm going to just pick Germany because that's what I'm doing. So obviously they're the best. Sherman tanks are rubbish. Don't ever get them. You've got all these options. So one of the best ones I think is building this army from this set. So you use £75 and you can literally pick your HQ. You can pick the infantry that you want, your second infantry squad. You can pick one of the special teams. So you've got snipers, MMGs, flamethrowers, and Panzer Shreks, which are your giant missile launchers things. Then you've got a transport or an armoured car. And then you've got a tank. So for £75, the HQ and the 2 troop choices is the minimum that you need for your infantry platoon. And then after that, you add in special weapons and then armour. So you've got everything you need to start with an infantry platoon here. And I think me and Mike worked out some of these tanks and some of the infantry, depending on which level they're at, because you can choose inexperienced, regular, or veteran level for everything in the game, you can probably get about up to 1,000 points out of this. The infantry, roughly, are about 100 points, 150 points a squad. That's what we found so far. Your HQ can be anything from 50 up to 150 or more. And then your special weapons add up as well. They're normally around 50 to 100 mark as well. But the tanks are where they bulk up in price, in points, especially the German tanks. Some of these, like the Tiger, can be like 300 or 400 just for one tank. The other option is, I mean, they've got tons of boxes. It all depends on which army you're going to do. So the German Grenadiers, there's a starter army there, which gives you pretty much everything you need just to do the German Grenadiers. And it's a preset one. So you buy that for £90. Again, you get your HQ. You've got 3 infantry squads there. You've got your big tank. You've got your other tank. I don't know all the tanks yet still. You've got your artillery weapon, and then you've got your 2 support squads. So for £15 more, you get an extra infantry squad and what looks like another artillery and another special weapon. So that's quite good value as well. And then, where is it? They've got new stuff out at the moment, which are like tank bundles. You saw them, didn't you, Mike? Because you got the email like me.
Yeah.
Here we go. So if you want to do tank platoons, you can buy them for a discount. So normally that's £107. It's £82 like this, and you're getting 5 tanks. And there's also these other deals which are pre-made built armies. What is that? Yeah, Kablams, I just bought some Hack Islam models the other day and noticed on your channel you have also done a Hack Islam army. Can you advise me? I don't even know what that is. Tim Cafferty's pre-ordering his first AOS tomorrow. Daughters of Cain start collecting box and the General's Handbook. Anything else I should get besides paint and glue? General's Handbook, paint and glue. And the models, I think that's all you need. Brushes. Well done, Raid.
I helped.
Can you think of anything else, Mike? Basing material?
Yeah, tough stuff like that for the bases.
I'd probably go kind of understanding what colour scheme you're going to go with, so you get at least the right paint. That's the only thing really preparation-wise you can do. And decide whether you want to add any extra units to the army. Red Cuffs. Good choice for Daughters of Cain as well. That was my favourite Dark Elf army. Well, my favourite Age of Sigmar and Fantasy army. Bolt action question. Is there a way of making a flak unit in the Hermann Goring division? It'd be the thing that would push me into the game. Okay, I don't know anything about that. So if you're watching that live, answer please. If you're not and you're watching this back, if you can put it in the comments for Red Cuffs to check later on, that would be awesome. Thank you. The downside to playing as Germany is your subconscious is going to try and make you lose every game. Well, this is the thing. Even when I lose now, I can be happy about it. But actually, it'll be fine. Slippy Tiger's partying tonight and he can't make tonight's show. No problem, Slippy Tiger. At least you're here to say hello and have a good evening. And Andrew's raised a good point. Brushes, says the non-painter. Right, let's get rid of this browser. Are you still stroking the dog?
I might still be slightly distracted by the dog. Only a little bit.
Okay.
Furious George. But this is the party. That's true.
Stephen, thanks. Just had a look at the stuff they produce and it's fantastic. Just have a little idea about what sort of size force would make a basic starter. The other option, I'm going to put the browser back on actually, because me and Mike have been looking into this quite a bit, because you've got the choice of whether you do theatre-based forces. So you can pick the Winter Grenadiers here, and they will work perfectly for certain theatres like the Battle of the Bulge and other ones. I'm not going to pretend I know what I'm talking about. But then other ones are for like the D-Day landings. So there is a bundle where you can buy the D-Day landing force. So if you are following it as a theatre-based game, certain units and tanks were not available all the way through. So it's good to find out ahead of time really what's best. And the way to do that is to pick up this book called Armies of Germany. Or if you're playing America, it'll be Armies of the United States or Armies of Britain. Whichever army you're going to go, this is effectively your codex. And that will show you in detail loads of background information. It will give you the rules for all of the units that are in there. And then it will tell you which units are available depending on the theatre that you're playing. And that is definitely a purchase that's worth picking up. But like me and Mike have got this Band of Brothers set. So between us, Mike's got, what did you get in it, Mike? I don't remember now.
Two infantry.
Oh, here we go.
An MMG squad.
Actually, it looks like you've got more. There's basically, 5, 10, 15 infantry, but then there's some others that you can turn into the special weapon teams. And then I got one infantry squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One infantry squad with 2 extra guys, I think. And then a armoured transport. So, yeah. That's always an option.
When are you guys planning on having your armies painted for so you can start filming games?
Oh, action?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm finishing my... Well, I say I'm finishing. I'm going to do some more of my Black Dragons. I've got to at least build the 1,000 points because we're going to go to that tournament. We've got a local tournament that me and Mike are going to go to. We're going to be double partners. You're going to have a bromance on the battlefield. And that needs to be built for that. But at the same time, or just after that, I'm going to be starting to build all of the bolt action that I've got, because we'll be using it. Well, we'll be starting to paint it, I think mid-September we said. So by mid-October we'll be filming battle reports for bolt action.
So do I need to paint my Dreadsaurian then? Because it sounds like that's like not.
I'm not. You're not painting the Dreadsaurian, Rachel. I'll let you. You can paint the rest of the Seraphon that need doing. You've got a lot of stuff that still needs painting. Okay. Blood Company. I was talking about the miniatures game Infinity. They have absolutely beautiful models. You would fall in love with them. That's not another system. It's another system I'd have to play. Maybe if I can get some of the miniatures, I might paint them up and do tutorials on them and learn how to paint different things. And I can give them away maybe. But I don't think I can start another game. I'm very firmly Games Workshop and Warlord Games based at the moment. Red Cuffs. My grandpa was a Flak 38 platoon commander, so I'd consider fighting his old unit. That's pretty cool. If anybody does leave any comments afterwards, then that might be your way to join in on that as well. Andrew Buxton, your AOS battle reports are teaching me and my son. Keep them coming. Thank you very much, Andrew. What's out this Sunday? This Sunday is a 40k battle report. That is Eldar versus Necrons between Dave and Mike. Next week will probably be another 40k one because it's going to go up on premium as best as I can get it done. Me and Mike have got to film something. And then the week after we'll do Age of Sigmar for YouTube, I think. So the next YouTube one after this Sunday will be an AOS one. It's real. I don't know how you do it. I only play Warhammer and it's already too much. It's difficult. Ryan's got a wedding to go to tomorrow. May not get his Chronicles 100% done.
I think that's a perfectly acceptable reason to not get them done.
Take them with you.
I think we can let him out.
No excuse.
You are probably the only person that would paint during a wedding.
during our own wedding.
You would actually consider it. Yes.
Like, sorry. I need to pay.
They're like saying their vows. Do you mind keeping it down?
Steven says, I need to find myself a Sam to marry. Help paint my stuff. And then Furious George says, is Mike still available? I'm sure he would do your painting. Right, let's talk about Chronicles before I go on to painting and before Rachel takes over the show. Oh, hold on. Johnny, welcome to the chat. Says he's got a question. Can you play with a rogue idol of Gork and combine him with Iron Jaws? I imagine you can, depending on his rules. I definitely would enjoy chucking a giant rock idol into my Iron Jaws army and stomping around the battlefield with it. Right, so Chronicles.
I think you're alright with your more Christian, Sam. I think you're good.
No, you got Dreadsaurian now, my friend. Chronicles ends this Sunday, and I've already said on the last show, basically, to send me on, I think email is going to be the best way to send me the pictures, because if you send stuff on Facebook, I don't know if there's a limit. No, there isn't a limit. Facebook or email. So on Facebook, Sam Stocks, just type that into Facebook and send me a message with information of your army, how many points or power you've done, character names or anything like that, and pictures of your units. And I'm going to put together a slideshow along with everybody else who's entered or joined in with the Chronicles event, and we'll put them all together. We'll collate one giant video. So Facebook as Sam Stocks. If you're going to send me an email, send it to samwise@wargameronline.com, and I can then collate them all. So Sunday is the cut-off date. If you've finished your Chronicles stuff already, you can send them tonight, tomorrow, whenever's best for you. I'm going to say the cut-off, me receiving all of the pictures, will probably be end of Tuesday, because then we've got the live show on Tuesday to talk about it. And then I'll aim to get a video put together by the end of next week. If not, we may do something the week after, but it depends on how many come through and how much work it takes, but I'll definitely do my best to make it awesome. Let's have a quick look on the Facebook page before I forget, because later on, last week I forgot on Friday and I just went offline because I think I had a headache or something. So, this isn't Chronicles now. I've given up typing in the hashtag because it doesn't load everybody's for some reason. So we've got Moggy with his Terminators, which he picked up at the open day. Looking fantastic as always. John Snater, welcome John Snater, and Blade of Templar. Not going to finish his Chronicles, still on the first model I posted a few weeks ago. Can't get the colour scheme right. Settling my nerves, building and converting the Redemptor. That's fair enough. Don't worry about it either. The project is all a push to get stuff painted, so... Right, Phil has managed to do some stuff as well. So he's got his beautiful looking Gene Stealer monstrosity and the dead... I don't know if he said it's going to be a white scar, but the dead white marine on his base.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Blood Company saying, was it 10 photo limits for the Wargaming Online Chronicles? To be honest, if you send me... I don't want to be swamped with like 100 photos per person, because you can imagine that my inbox will get full pretty quick. Say aim to get around 10 pictures, depending on the size of your army, because I know like Ryan's got an Imperial Guard army. If he wants to take a picture of each unit, then it could be like 10 photos easily just for one photo per angle or whatever. Just don't go crazy with it, basically. Just be reasonable. Understand that I've got everybody on the Chronicles group or on the community group sending pictures, and I want to try and get as much of it into the video as possible. And also be aware that if I don't include every picture, not to be offended. I've just got to try and do what I can with it. Kablams, my Chronicles store, they are almost to tabletop standard, but I got distracted by my Skaven. That's fair enough. Skaven are very distracting. Not for Mike. Mike definitely doesn't get distracted by his Skaven. They get left in a box. What's this? This is a video that I put up on the Facebook page because Mike and Dave couldn't say goodbye.
I can say goodbye.
Well, you ruined the end of this.
Oh, I still need to see this.
Can you play it?
Then we've got the
Will it
bromance. Then we've got the bromance's
But
real picture.
what you're not explaining is how you're sat there behind the camera smiling and laughing as well.
Yeah,
And
you've just got to deal with that. Ooh, I've not seen Kabam's chieftain thing yet. That looks really cool.
Excessive magnetization's gone. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. And Kablams have just put, you're excused.
Oh yeah, Mike, apparently you ignored people earlier. Or you didn't ignore them, you just didn't answer them.
And they're on about you painting people's stuff.
I think it was the proposal for marriage that they would be more upset about.
Oh, did someone propose to you?
Yeah, so that Mike would paint his stuff.
Oh yeah. I'd sort of link them together and focus more on the painting as opposed to the marriage.
Those nights are cool. That's what you do though, isn't it, Rach? You don't focus on the marriage. Stephen Jones.
Read into that what you will.
Oh. I need to check if we've got our dislike of the evening. No, oh, they've not. They must be out tonight. What a shame. Here's another one from Else Nation, an awesome Magnus. He's done an awesome, crazy, fantastic job. Magnus. Beautiful work there. Al Kirkham, glad to be back on the chat after visiting the family in southern Florida. Oh, Rachel, you were talking about going to Florida, weren't you, yesterday?
You can get flights from the UK to Florida in September for £276. How amazing is that?
I was saying, because I was like, it's too expensive to go to America. But like when Rachel said that, I was thinking we could actually go to America because I've never been in my life. But the only downside is the long flight. That's the thing that kills me because I struggle with like 3 hours though, don't I?
Yeah, that's a 9-hour flight, kid.
Kid. So I was put no painting and hobby for 10 days is frustrating. Being an ancient, we forget what we were working on after that time away. Well, it's good that you had time away. And I've actually got the ancient model because you're going to be putting the Black Dragons army, Al, as my ancient for the army. I was chatting to Mike about it. I've got Patrick as the tank commander for my Panther 4. I think it's the G. Yes, the Panther 4G. So Patrick is the commander for that, and you're going to be my ancient for the Black Dragons. Kablams, my last 2 videos didn't get any dislikes. There is a disturbance in the force. Seth D, hi guys, everyone excited about the General's Handbook pre-order? Yes, massively so, because we can play even more games, and Rachel can destroy
When's that out?
Next Saturday, I think.
Cool, okay. And that's Sigmar, right?
Mm-hmm. Really nice, Redemptor.
Did you say there was an update to Seraphon or something?
Yeah, you got new rules on there.
New
So
Seraphon rules?
new
Is that
Seraphon
like
rules.
new point?
Yeah, new points, new
New points.
allegiances, new artifacts and all that. I'm getting the same for Iron Jaws as well.
I'd have to get... Do I need to buy the codex for that, though, to get those rules?
No, you just get
Or is it
the
just the points
General's
that are in
Handbook.
the handbook?
We basically need to pick up 2 copies of the General's Handbook. One for Phil and one for us. It says it's this Saturday. Is it out this Saturday or pre-order this Saturday? So I'm sure Underdog said it was pre-order. Right. Gone through this. We'll have an update very soon anyway.
So
There's the
everything that I need
Partisans.
for Seraphon will just be in the General's Handbook. There's not like an extra codex or anything like that.
No, you could no. You just need the handbook, which we'll get anyway. Right. Vaughan Killian saying I need a break from my death corps, so I had to build my Marines force. That's a break. Al Kirkham says if you decide to come, let me know. Yes, definitely. If we're going to be in the Florida area, because I said this to you, didn't I, Rach? Was
Yeah.
If we go to America, at least we can meet up with other hobbyists in America. It'll be great. So
Oh, Phil's here. Phil, come join us.
yeah, join the dark side. Vaughan says bring some small amount of paint and some models. If I'm going to come to America, I will buy some paint and models while I'm out there. I won't bring stuff.
Sam, if we go to America, you
Yes.
can go do like nerdy stuff, and me and Annalise will go on the beach and the theme parks.
Okay. Pre-order this Saturday. You might win with your Iron Jaws with updated rules. I win with my Iron Jaws anyway, Andrew.
You win without them, to be fair.
With updated rules, I will be unstoppable. You and Surreal and Patrick are both... Everyone's happy that Phil's on. Right, Phil, let me know if you want to join, because I can invite you now. Before I turn around and start doing stuff. Oh, for the plane ride.
Oh, that's genius.
You're not
Oh,
allowed
you didn't
paints
think
on
of
it,
that,
though, I
Sam.
don't think you're allowed them on the plane.
If they're in less than 100 mil, you'd probably be okay.
Oh yeah, they're in 10 mils, aren't they?
And as long as you could fit them in, and as long as you could fit them into one of those little clear bags.
And I
do it.
I could build models as well, because I just need to take the glue. I don't need to take a knife with me, because I can use my hobby scraper, which is not a knife.
You still have to be careful, because they won't let any kind of like sharp objects on. Really.
It's not sharp. I've stabbed myself with it and not drawn blood, so it's fine. Not on purpose, I'd like to add.
The lighting wouldn't be great though, especially if you travel at night, because they turn all the lights off.
That's
So
why
you've
I'd
got like
probably
your
build.
little overhead light that you can
yeah.
put on.
Yeah, I'd bring like some glasses as well. If you're going to bring Annalise, I'm going to have to embarrass her, so I'll come on with like the big, the glasses that Phil's got with the light
Like a
and stuff.
magnifying glass.
Yeah, and I'll sit on the plane like that. He's given me a pet. I've actually got one. Hold on. No. Okay. It's wedged underneath the desk, but Phil gave me a pair. I saw the new box bundles. One contained free peoples. I need to save money. The new box bundles with free peoples. What is this? If it's got great sword units in it, I need them. But I was looking at the Empire one. I really like the Wizard set. Can I come to America with you, says Big Mac Dance School. And Phil's checking with the boss if he can come on or not. Nothing with guns, though. No guns on planes. Oh, apparently the game that Andrew watched, the Seraphon, smashed me. Which game did you beat me at? I can't remember you beating me.
We played two. I don't remember winning either against you.
Maybe I
I
turned
could
it
have done,
around.
but I don't really remember it.
Hmm.
I don't remember, to be honest. I might have done.
How do you stab yourself with a sprue cleaner? That's what I mean. I stabbed myself, but it didn't draw blood because it's blunt. It can't actually draw blood. Alka, if you come, I have more glue scrapers, knives, and paints you could use. There we go.
You could do a WGO tour of Florida.
It would be amazing. I think Phil would have to come if we're going to go to America. Or Mike.
I think it's kind of a given that Phil's invited. I think if you're going to crash mine and Annalise's holiday, Phil might as well crash it as well, let's face it.
It's fine. You can have your holiday.
The hopeless Brit. Walk through customs with a machete. I swear it's just a hobby knife.
Okay, right. I've invited Phil. I'm going to switch to the other thingy behind me now, and hopefully it's all working. I'm going to get on with building some things, and you're going to take over the chat now. Then, right, Rach? We're going to do quick fire, yeah?
Sure.
Oh God. Right, it's definitely going to change in quality, so it's probably better if you speak. If anybody hasn't seen my Black Dragon yet, even though it's the thumbnail on the thing. Oh, it zoomed.
Andrew's put it, I could be wrong, it may have been chaos and not Rachel.
Oh, we've got our dislike. They are here. Welcome.
And Phil's put, woohoo, I get to be travel dad.
He's just the dad of every occasion. Right, what am I building? I've completely not got anything ready.
What are you building, Sam? Talk us through it.
I've got my repulsor or aggressors to do first, I think.
So surreal, it's put, I just hope I'm not so depressed that I can get out of bed to film it. Tell us about your problems, Surreal. Let's air it all out. Let's have a chat. Don't make Phil pull the plane over and come back there.
You've got a problem.
Hashtag travel dad rules.
I don't know where my instructions have gone.
Well, you don't need instructions, right?
Normally.
Nah, you'll be fine.
These kits are quite complicated these days. Oh, I'm going to show my... I sprayed the Tech Marine as well. So this is...
If it looks like an arm, it's probably an arm.
This dude's been primed.
The arm goes next to the chest.
I'm not
The
building
chest
it.
goes on the head.
I'm not building it like yours. It's like a floating head.
It was fine. It all came together.
So this is the Tech Marine with primer on it.
Back to the chat.
Are you getting delayed, Rachel? Or are you just being? Are you just being like your normal
I'm
self?
just talking over you. So right to say, so that black dragon looks amazing. See, it was a compliment. I just wanted you to know that people like your work.
Okay.
Right, Ashley Perkins has put, have you heard the news about Brucey? Who's Brucey? Have I missed something?
Yeah, he died.
Brucey who?
Bruce Forsyth.
Who's that?
Oh God. Doesn't matter, Rach.
Names.
Move on.
Will I recognise the face if I see his face?
Yeah. Do you want me to send you his face and then you'll realise?
Yeah. I don't know names. I'm terrible with names.
Yeah. Okay.
I know, like Brad Pitt, and that's about as far as I get. Or Bruce Willis. Yeah.
Okay. You'll know what he's from, though, won't you? You watched Strictly Come Dancing, didn't you? I didn't watch that, but I'm sure he was on that.
Yes.
It's the old guy in that. The older guy.
Oh, it's him.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Furious George, if you ever wake up with no hands, it's because I found a magic lamp and wished for them.
I need those mad painting skills. Okay, so Cleanse, but I won some Primaris Marines on a charity live stream. Can't bring myself to build and paint them. I need to crack on plans. Stop putting it off.
Oh God, I have actually lost my instructions.
And excessive magnetization said, Sam, I like the bone colour for the mask on your Reaver. I called it a Reaper earlier. Apparently that's wrong.
It is wrong. It's a Reaver. Thank you very much. I'm just going to go find my instructions while Rachel looks after the show. Go back.
Who's Bruce? So young.
Hello.
Phil!
Hello.
Hello.
Hey!
I got permission. What's going on?
No.
I've only got about half an hour though, but I thought I'd join and say hello.
That's cool.
I'm trying to paint.
So Sam, well, he's trying to build, but he's lost his instructions.
It's quite difficult when you've not painted for a while. It's really, really hard to get back into it.
Yeah, I feel you.
Awesome. So we're going to America.
Forever. It's hard.
Are we going to America then?
Apparently so.
Awesome.
The only problem is the time that the cheaps are that. The time that the flights are that cheap, I probably can't get time off work.
I've definitely lost
So that is
him.
a bit of a stumbling block.
What's the matter with Sam? Has he lost the tracks to his tank again?
I've lost my
Evening.
instructions.
You've lost your what?
My instructions for the aggressors, I've lost them.
You'll be fine.
What's been happening?
We have a
Sam?
question from Patrick. So, did you see Fantasy Flight Games Star Wars miniatures game? What's
Yes,
that?
yes. Let me just get my reports that I'm going to switch.
What is it then?
What is
Have
what?
you seen it, Phil? Oh my.
I haven't seen it.
The miniatures game. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no.
Sam and Dave were covering the Star Wars stuff.
This is
By
new.
the way, Dave's saying goodbye is probably the most infuriating 6 minutes
Oh, I really need that.
I've watched.
Can't wait.
No,
Sam
you can't.
I really am excited. Sam said it's like 6 minutes of bloopers, and I love bloopers.
I said it's
They're
6
like my
minutes of
favourite
hell.
bit.
6 minutes of hell. Basically Fantasy Flight Games are bringing out the Star Wars miniatures game. So the models are going to be slightly bigger than the Imperial Assault ones, and they're going to be doing it as an actual tabletop miniatures war game where you have squads of stormtroopers in different poses with Darth Vader leading them against like Jedis and stuff. I can't say how awesome that's going to be. The models look awesome. It's Star Wars. I mean, there is a lot of Star Wars all over the place at the moment. That's the only thing. Like Disney are kind of taking over everything with. There always has been there, though, hasn't it? There's always been Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty excited.
Stormtroopers will be like Ballistic Skill 6, though, won't they? Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Ballistic Skill 1, they never hit anything.
Oh, yeah. Wrong way around.
I was going to say, like, what Stormtroopers have you seen? Phil's Stormtroopers are only the most talented.
Do you want me to send you pics of the aggressors' instructions on Facebook?
If you wouldn't mind, that would be extremely helpful because I can't build them now. I just looked at the sprues and went, nope. You're my translator. Would you like them? Yes, please. He said yes.
Well, I'm just going to say hello to a few people because since I joined in, a few people have said hello. So Stephen Leggett, hello. Vaughan, hello. I think Vandus, hello. I'm trying to think. A few other people have said hello to me, so hello everyone. Hello Wolfgang. Who was saying hello to everybody, not just me. I just feel it'd be rude if I just didn't reply. So
That's
back
fine.
to the fast. Don't forget, Rachel, what are you meant to be doing? Like fast,
Quick fire.
quick fire. That was it.
So the Hopeless Spirit has said, Florida scarred me for life. 9 years old with a super sunburn back. 10-hour flight back to the UK. Couldn't lean back on my chair the whole flight back home. So the moral of the story for all of us: take sun cream.
I don't
Stephen
really
Leggett still have not decided how I want to build my aggressors. Got them this morning. Really having trouble talking tonight. I've lost the chat. Oh, I'm in trouble here. Do you guys have any plans for X-Wing Legion?
Legion. That is the miniatures game. So that is the new Star Wars miniatures game's name. I would definitely be interested in playing Legion. As much as everything else needs to be done, I love Star Wars and always have. But priority-wise, I can't say it's going to be up there. 40k, Age of Sigmar, and Bolt Action are all my priorities. What about you guys?
I want a Sigmar game.
Okay, well, we can play a game, Phil. You just need to be able to stand up. You need to rest and get better again before you start standing for hours.
Yeah, I had a really good session at the physio today.
That's good.
They said I'm ready to start. They said I'm ready to start coming off the crazy drugs.
I'm glad you said that.
The crazy drugs.
I was expecting you to say they've said you can go skiing.
I stopped taking them a few days ago anyway, so I kind of pretended I had still carried on, even though I was meant to.
This is why this is why you're taking longer to recover. Because they say
you can't have nice things.
Yeah, they say rest, and you say no, I'm going out. And they say rest, and you go no, I'm going out. Oh, I overdid it.
It was good though.
And Andrew Buxton also says, "Hey Phil, or as I like to call you, Wolfric the Wanderer, from a fellow hobby dad."
Oh, nice.
Who said that?
Hobby dad.
Andrew Buxton said that. Surreal, I'm pretty sure if Sam or Rachel stood in the noonday Florida sun, they would combust. Yes.
We would.
And he's also put Florida sun don't care about your sunscreen. That's probably true. When me and Sam go on holiday, we'll have been wearing like factor 50 for the whole thing because we know that we will just burn otherwise. People will say to us, like we were in like Egypt and Turkey, like really hot places. And they were like, "Is this your first day then?" "No, it's the last."
We've been here for 2 weeks.
The whole time. Stephen Leggett's put stormtroopers and their blaster-proof armor. And Ashley Perkins put stormtroopers were the best trained troops in the galaxy, but you can't find the rebel base if your best lead is dead. Kablams is expressing his love for you, Phil.
Oh, bless him. We'll be back.
I think there's a lot of love.
And he apparently loves the beard attached to you.
I took a photo of someone's beard today so I could take it into my barber's to show him what I wanted.
Can I have first?
That's the beard I want. The person whose beard I took a photo of as well, they were like a little bit disturbed, I think.
Were they a Viking bludgeoning somebody's head in?
It's just a really good point.
There's been a lot of love for you, Phil. So Al said, "Glad to see you on the mend. Watched your chat late last night and glad to see you about." There's a lot of love, Phil.
I'm not sure my chat was my finest hour though, was it? Let's face it, I think.
Technical matters do not make the chat good or whatever. It's all about the content. The content's good. People enjoy it, Phil.
And is anyone looking forward to Total War Warhammer 2?
Yes, I wish I had more time to play games.
I actually don't mind playing that one, to be fair. I think I might give it a go.
Of course you wouldn't.
You got dead excited about the Seraphon in them, didn't you?
I did. That trailer was awesome.
Oh, I can't believe it. I've actually taken the time to edge highlight the dead Marine on the base of my Gene Stealer, but not bothered edge highlighting the thing.
Marines need it though. Gene Stealers don't necessarily.
Sam, Redcuffs has sent you the aggressive instructions on Facebook.
Thank you very much, Redcuffs. I appreciate that. And I don't know where mine have gone. The dog or the rabbit must have eaten them.
Probably the rabbit.
Yeah.
Derpimus
Ooh,
Maximus.
Tim Caff.
Oh, sorry, go on, go for it.
No, it's cool. You're on a roll, dude.
Derpimus Maximus. I'm not quite on a roll, am I? Have we had an official RIP Brucey yet? I don't think we have we? Should we have a I don't think we could do a minute silence for Bruce Forsyth, but can we do like say 30-second silence? Maybe.
Yeah.
Because he will be missed from British TV.
Mhm.
There you go. I don't think we can do any more than that. But rest in peace, Brucey.
Not convinced that was 30 seconds though, but sure.
It felt like 30 seconds there when you stopped talking.
I'm not sure you fully understood the concept of silence.
Sarah was really upset about it because Brucey was like her dad's favourite TV presenter when he started doing Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah.
So, sad day.
Tim Cafferty has said that there was a Game of Thrones miniature game funded on Kickstarter that looks promising.
Yeah, that looks good. I like the models from that. I think
I haven't seen that.
most of these games is done more from the books side of things, so they're not like the TV show characters turned into models. They are the books interpretations turned into models. But painting them is definitely something I'd be interested in doing, but not necessarily playing the game. I've got too many rules to learn and remember that I just don't have time. But painting the models is an option.
So is it different to the Game of Thrones game that I've got then? Is it a whole different thing?
What Game of Thrones game have you got?
Where you the different houses and you have to...
Is it a miniatures game that you've got?
No, I guess not.
Or is it kind of a card game? Because there's a Game of Thrones card game, isn't there? No, wait, it's a board game.
Yeah, it's a board game.
Rachel's got the board game. Yeah, this is
that, guys. I made Sarah drive me down to Wordforge Games because I needed to pick up a pot of Nightshade and some of the. I've tried the war paints, the army painter war paint, purple tone. I wanted to try some new stuff out.
You could have just come to mine. I've got a pot.
I got her in there, and she started getting all excited about all the different board games and stuff.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
She was actually picking things up and going, "Hey, this looks good." I almost had a moment of giddiness. She didn't commit to buying it.
Oh, you should have convinced her.
Rachel will play every board game she ever wants to play.
Yeah, if she finds one that she wants to play, I'll be up for that. To be fair, we'd probably overdo a sleepover anyway.
Yeah, just invite ourselves over, Rach.
Well, actually, no. Sarah mentioned that today. She was saying we should have a get-together. Now I'm a bit more mobile and stuff. So.
I love that, though. We're overdue a sleepover, Phil. But we'll be over next weekend. Okay?
Well, no, we'll wait till he's better. I'm not a monster.
Mike could come too if you want to like recreate that scene. Put on Facebook.
I think Mike's really quiet tonight because he's painting, aren't you, Mike?
Yeah, I'm edge highlighting.
And Mike's edge highlighting consists of him holding his breath for hours on end.
Kablam's wife likes board games but won't touch war games. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever get Sarah going anywhere near a war game, but you know, I think the board game at least with although she was checking out the expansion pack of Roll for It, which is basically Roll for It again, just with different coloured dice, but she still thought about getting it.
That's awesome. What did I think I needed to bring around? I think I've got a couple of games that'd be worth me bringing, but they're just really like little games, like Spyfall and 2. Like they're like 10-minute games kind of thing, but I think you should like those.
Cool.
Andrew's put Rachel, is it Game of Thrones Monopoly? No. No, it's not. And Stephen has put Total War Warhammer 2 is going to be awesome. Busy playing a co-op game with a friend at the moment. Archaon and Throg allied. So much fun.
Throg's an awesome... Well, he was. Rest in peace, Throg. He was an awesome character from the old world.
Okay.
He's a giant troll.
What, was he...
Chaos. Chaos.
Oh.
He was amazing. He was a brilliant model. Giant, cape that went over the back of him, just covered in like war trophies and stuff. I don't think Mike actually... You didn't like him that much, did you, Mike? Or was it Dave that wasn't fond of him?
Possibly Dave.
You would have liked him because he was a big troll.
Well, wasn't I looking at doing a list at one point with dragon ogres in there as well, or something?
Yeah, that does ring a bell actually.
It was a lot. I think it was at the time when it was 8th edition, and I was trying to decide on an army and couldn't. So I think we must have gone through God knows how many lists for each army.
Lots of mould lines on this. I mean, out of those 2 pieces, started using Tamiya plastic glue, Phil. I hope you're proud of me.
Good man.
And I say starting to use. I mean, I'm using it for the first time right now, but that's still starting technically.
I mean, you might be able to drop a miniature without it shattering apart like a glass sculpture.
I don't drop miniatures though, so
I drop miniatures.
every game. Every battle report we do, there's a bit where I have to edit out with Rachel just dropping something and then going, "Whoops."
They don't get dropped. They just get knocked over. It's not the same.
All right.
Akai is asking, you still get the Throg model?
Oh, Kai is
He had a
here.
crown. I love that he had a crown on one of his tusks, and I think an axe stuck in his back.
I don't know if you can
Right.
still get him because I don't know actually. If you can, he's worth picking up. Why am I struggling so much with looking at this? Oh, it goes that way.
And Kablams has put Monopoly as a blight on the board game genre. To which Andrew Books has put, Monopoly normally ends with real war games in my house. I think it's the same for everyone.
I just don't
You
play
avoid
it.
at all costs.
I don't play it because Rachel is bad enough with playing board games. With Monopoly, it's just like playing Satan. It's just, there's no point. You're gonna lose.
Saying that though, Sam. Okay, so I had a little get together with some friends from uni not long ago, and it was about. It must have been like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we decided that what we desperately needed was a game of Monopoly. So most of us were a little bit tipsy by this point, but one of us hadn't been drinking, so he drove us to Tesco. We were wandering around Tesco, and we bought Monopoly for a £5, absolute bargain. And then the game lasted about half an hour because we got steamrolled by someone, and it wasn't me, Sam. It wasn't me.
That just shows that you're not very good at the game. I'm just really bad at it. And after all the years of you playing Monopoly, you should be good at that game.
Yeah, I did have some terrible luck at that game, though.
Were you getting
But
salty?
we had fun. I wasn't actually, no. Even when he gave away a station for a complete set.
That's the thing with Monopoly. Rachel shouts at people if they do something that's daft.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, stop it! Stop! Play it the way that I will win. No, Rachel, we don't want you to win. We're all teaming up to stop you from winning. That's the game.
Oh, good, we had fun. So, Phil, we should play Monopoly next time we're around.
No. Right, you should see how bad it gets in my family. Especially when me and Jack gang up on Sarah and then it just gets really bad. I once swapped Pall Mall for just one train station. I didn't even have the other train stations. And like Sarah was like, why have you done that? Because it gave him the set, that's like the really expensive set. I was like, well, I'm thinking of starting to collect the train stations. And it was just because she was heading towards it. I was just like, anyway.
Docomus has put, to be honest, you just skip the game part of Monopoly and just roll dice to see who flips the table. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I normally give up in Monopoly and I sit around for hours afterwards waiting for the game to finish. I remember the game we played with Mike and Mike's partner and kid. Do you remember?
Oh, that went on for hours.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? It was a case, it was Rachel and Boo
Yeah.
playing. Yeah, that went on for way too long.
I think I basically gave up really early on, so gave all of my stuff to you or to Boo, just to like say, here you go, there's the best chance you're going to get as a bonus towards beating Rage. And then I went off to play on the PlayStation or something, and then you stopped playing Monopoly and did the same, but then came and watched the PlayStation as well. And then it was just down to those three at the table, just fighting it out over train stations. I think we had the better night, though, Mike.
Definitely.
There's no way I was going to let a 12-year-old win. No, I think she did in the end, to be fair. Furious George put take Pandemic Legacy to the sleepover. I'm determined to read the rules for that.
That does help.
I think it's still in the packaging. The problem is, I'm pretty sure you can only play it once.
Yeah,
And so
we were going to film it.
Yeah, and so I'm very much like, I need to find the right people. Once you start, you're committed.
You need to find. It's like a recruitment for a raid party or something. Like we're not starting. You know, on Warcraft,
like.
you don't want to give up your. You don't want to kill one boss and then be locked out for the rest of the week. You have to find the right party.
Exactly.
It's not worth wasting it. I think Phil and Sarah. The main thing is whether Sarah would enjoy it. Phil would play it, and Jack probably would. I just think Sarah, if she likes it, she'll play it. If she doesn't, she'd just say, "I'm not playing it." That'd be it.
I'm done.
Yeah.
but Sarah, we've got like 11 hours left.
Yeah, this was a year commitment, Sarah. It's like I don't do that. Max Glushko, thank you for subscribing.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, I don't know why that was funny. It's just the way he said it. Yep, thanks. I'm really proud of myself as well, actually, Phil.
Yeah.
So I was I needed to really push quite hard to get this battle report edited today. This week, ready for Sunday. So I blitzed that out. I've done the post-game review. Not that one's difficult, but I basically did that. And then I had to paint the Black Dragon and get that edited by like 8 o'clock this evening and get it all uploaded and stuff. And I did all of it. I'm just feeling pretty good with myself this week and getting on with stuff.
You're like the boss at the end of a level. You're just nailing it.
I feel like I'm rolling for my loot right now. And my loot is I've got to sit and build this army, which isn't as fun as you'd expect it to be.
I mean, you do have a lot of luck with loot rolls, don't you, Sam?
Yeah. I hate RNG. Like, World of Tanks is the same. Apparently, World of Tanks is getting Warhammer 40k vehicles in it as well, which apparently is good and bad. Good for me because I think, 40k and anything is going to be a bonus. Bad for people who don't want to play. I don't know if they're going to do it where you have like the historical World War II tanks versus Land Raiders. If they do it, it'll be a bit daft. But if they break it up and you can have like Land Raiders versus Raiders, like Dark Eldar Raiders and stuff, that would be good. We'll have to see. You've downloaded it now, haven't you?
Yeah, that's as far as I've got though. That's a step for me. I mean, that's the first time I've used my Xbox
Other than the
connected with
DVD.
games. Because it's a long story, but I did a bunch of trade-ins and managed to get one. And I just figured it'd be like a really nice Blu-ray player, which is what I've used it as. So this is the first time I've put a game on it, and I've loaded it up as well, and and then Jack played for it for a bit, and I think I've got like 3 tanks, and I can move forward, I can turn, and I've learned to shoot. So I'm probably ready to take you on, Sam.
Yeah, I think you'd probably win, just based on RNG. You just turn around, shoot me, my whole tank would fall to pieces, and that's after I've shot you 4 times and they've all just bounced off.
What's going off with the quickfire, Rachel?
On a separate note, you should play Overwatch with us, Phil. You'll enjoy that.
No, you won't.
I
Okay,
don't know. That looks far too frantic, and I've heard Sam talk to the rest of you with his motivational talk. I don't think I want that kind of relationship with Sam. I don't like it.
I don't think your friendship could survive.
It's not worth it.
So I mean, you can set up a business together. You can do that, but you can't play Overwatch.
I have
That's too
100%
much.
agreement with this.
It's a commitment. So, Akaya, in relation to my Monopoly stories, but rate your story in summary. Invited friends to play Monopoly. Now no longer friends. It's never a game of Monopoly, isn't it? The Hopeless Brit should play a Game of Thrones Risk. Always enjoyed Risk. That is a good game. I haven't played that for a while.
I hate Risk.
Yeah, it's a good game.
I just don't. You know what? I'm not that keen on playing games, board games.
You're not, are you, really?
No, I don't know what it is. I've never been a board gamer. I like miniatures. I like card games are quite good. I like Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh, and that's about it really.
And then Ashley's put Warcraft raids don't work like that anymore. I don't know how they are now, but apparently.
Last time I played it was Legion, and it was still effectively RNG based. You open up the boss, and it does all the rolling for you in the background, where something will drop and it will allocate it to you, unless you put on the master loot still, and then it's the same as it was before. But if they've changed it, and I will actually get loot for the time that I put into it, then it's worth playing. If not, it just got annoying. Like Mike, you turned up, didn't you? Pink was the worst. Pink turned up as a healer once every 2 weeks. And just played for an hour or two on a raid. And anybody who plays Warcraft knows that you can't just turn up for an hour or two in a raiding guild. But he was getting fully geared before I was getting anything. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, yeah, the game's good. It's good. I like it. Because he just turns up, gets all the gear and logs off. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there grinding away. And it just frustrates me.
Is that why you rage quitting him?
I just realised there was a lot of time spent on a computer game when I could do... I know, I'm going to say this, I could be painting armies and doing stuff which I see as productive. And I know it is just building and painting armies, but that is productive to me. I've got something to show for it at the end of the day, because items and gear on Warcraft get replaced every update, so it's not like the same thing.
My mantra for this year was create more and consume less. That's what I was trying to do. So
How you doing?
Rather than consuming entertainment, create my own entertainment, painting, modelling, gaming, that kind of stuff. I think overall it's a healthier stance.
I love that. Derpimus, better for the guild to get a healer first. It is, if they turn up for more than 2 hours every 2 weeks, I agree, but... when they turn up to heal at the back, no.
I liked Ion.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so in terms of board games, Patrick has said, if you all enjoyed board games so much, come this year in October to Spiel 2017 in Essen/Germany. Beside board games, there is now also a lot of tabletop stuff. That sounds pretty cool.
How long's a flight to Germany?
About 2 hours, I think.
Oh, that's fine. I can do 2 hours.
Do you have a problem flying, Sam?
I don't like
This isn't like
flying.
long haul.
I say long haul, I don't like
You
more
don't
than
have
3
an issue
hours.
with flying. You just get bored, don't you? You don't really like long flights.
My legs cramp up in like no time at all, and I'm dead uncomfortable. And I just don't like confined spaces, especially sitting next to random strangers.
I wouldn't say we're strangers, Sam.
That's fast.
The Hopeless Brit has put first time using a gaming console for gaming. I think that was in reference to you, Phil.
We should have got Phil a Blu-ray player and used that as the server for us to play Ark on. That would have been a better use of an Xbox.
Phil could host our Ark server for us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
24.
because my internet banging, isn't it? That's what everybody, Microsoft come to me when they need extra bandwidth.
Defimus says, but I haven't used a console since my Mega Drive. That's been a while then. Unless he uses Mega Drive now.
Yeah, he's just been playing Street Fighter on it.
Kablams, have you introduced Sam to a deck building game yet, Rachel? So would that be like Magic the Gathering and that sort of thing?
That's what I love.
No?
I love deck building. Magic the Gathering and
Fun.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I love it.
Yeah, you like Dice Master and things like that as well, don't you?
Yeah, deck building's the sort of thing I enjoy doing. I don't like playing board games where you're just playing for fun. I don't like that. I want to crush by making an overpowered deck that works in the combination that I want. That's pretty much it. There's so many mold lines on these repulsors. I said to Liam, what is the kit like? And he said, yeah, it's fine. I was like, how many mold lines are on it? And he was like, barely nothing. He's a liar. There's more mold lines on this than I've taken off in... This desk is just covered in plastic. This is the most mold line ridden kit, and I've only got... This is only the hull at the moment. I'm actually quite disappointed. Anyway. Carry on, Rach.
Surreal's put, I quit video games when microtransactions became a thing.
Yeah, it depends on the game. Like Overwatch, I don't mind it at all because it doesn't affect the game whatsoever. It's just skins. Like if you do microtransactions based on the look of something, that's perfectly fine. If you do microtransactions based on getting extra maps or pay to win stuff, then I don't like that at all. So certain games like Battlefield or COD I don't like playing because it's difficult to keep, if you haven't got the time to invest in the game and keep buying the maps every time they release one, it's just not worth it. I'm going to get COD anyway because it's World War II, but like Battlefield, I've not bought an expansion for it and I won't bother because it's an every now and again thing. Whereas Overwatch, I can just buy the game, turn it on, play some games, turn it off whenever I want and not feel like I'm obliged to play it because I've bought some downloadable content for it. Warcraft's different.
It says I was right about so UK to Germany is about 2 hours. The Hopeless Brit and Patrick has agreed, so you can fly from Birmingham. And the Hopeless Brit's put fly first class down.
We've only ever flown economy, haven't we? Which is like sardines in a can.
Yeah, I don't think we can afford first class down, unfortunately.
Yeah, no.
Nice as that would be. Definitely has put last flight I was on was Ryanair to Malta. I hate Ryanair. And Kai's put, how long to Germany? 18 hours if you go with Ryanair. Has a stopover in North Africa and connecting bus replacement service, which is extra.
Jeez, right, never go with Ryanair then.
I don't mind Ryanair if it's for short ones. I haven't thought they were that bad. The worst one I've ever been on was Thomas Cook. They were terrible.
What did we use for Egypt?
Sardines.
Wasn't that Thomas Cook?
Yeah, that was Thomas Cook. That was horrible. Especially being in the middle. Anyway, moving on. So real. Phil can host anything. His potato can fit a few more wires.
Potato.
Oh, okay. So Clublams has put deck builders are where you build a deck during training game, like Legendary. Oh, playing the game, he means. You build a deck during playing the game.
That's like that one that you and Pink liked. I wasn't that bothered about. I like the ones where you build your deck beforehand. The one that you liked, almost like Dice Masters, where you have the cards that you've selected, but then you have to purchase them to put the dice into the bag. Dominion, that's it. So you like that. I'm not a fan.
Game of Dominion.
I don't like it.
Oh, Phil, you might like Dominion as well, actually.
No.
And Mike, did you ever play Dominion?
Oh, God.
Possibly.
That was good fun. The Hopeless Brit. Ryanair charge you extra for literally everything. Want to breathe on the plane, sir? That'll be £100, please. Oh, that was great.
What was that? Want to breathe on the plane? Yeah.
Yeah. Want to breathe on the plane. That'll be £100. And Deborah's put, yes, but the flights were dirt cheap and it was only 4 hours each way. And then Hopeless Brits put perfect for Spain. Yeah, I think, who did we go with for Spain? But that was like 40 quid return.
That was Norwegian Air, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, they were pretty good actually. And it was like, it might have even been 30 quid return. It was dead cheap. And then trying to catch up. The US is only about 8 hours away, and we have Gen Con and Adepticon. That's only 8 hours.
8 hours is a while for me, but yeah. I'd love to go to America one day.
Virgin was amazing. for Florida, a lot of room, and the on-flight meal didn't kill me. I like Virgin as well. I flew with Virgin for South Africa, and they were really good. And they had loads of like really good in-flight entertainment as well, like films and TV series.
I feel like this has become a travel show.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move away from travel, which is most of the chat. Okoye's put, does anyone like the game Gwent? Played it in Witcher 3. Apparently it's an actual game now.
Yeah. Does the dog want to go out as well? Is she whining like she wants to go outside in the pouring rain?
But she only went out recently. It is raining outside.
She got a drink?
I think so. She drank it all. She's having a nice little stroke though. Seems to be enjoying that. Anyway, it's probably time for us to log off soon, to be fair.
Yeah, it's been about an hour. We're trying to keep these to an hour. And I've done precisely nothing. I've not even built anything yet. Worst.
I'm so glad we decided for me to host it so you could get stuff done.
Worst mould line kit ever.
I think I've done the final touches to my Gene Stealer Patriot.
Sweet.
Nice.
Looking good. I like the colours, the purple and the blue.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, no, you can't see it, but it does look nice.
It kind of looks, the best way I can describe it is it looks pink and blue to me, but Jack's reassured me it's definitely purple. So it does look a bit weird to me, but he said it looked okay, so I just had to go with what he was saying. And
why have you picked a colour? Why have you picked a colour that you can't see?
That feels like a trap.
That's what I mean. It would be a trap. Why not pick a colour that you can see? It's your army at the end of the day.
I know, but I kind of figured I wanted them to look. Well, I wanted them to be purple all over, but then I picked up the wrong pot without a label, so they ended up being blue. And then I thought, well, I could actually do purple and blue because, so I could still stick with what I was kind of intending. That was the idea.
Mm.
And then, that's kind of how it happened. I can't, like I said, I know I can't see it, but to me they're like pink and blue. So,
okay.
And it looks okay. It looks okay like that, if you know what I mean. So I'm assuming if you can see purple, it hopefully looks better and not worse. The only problem is I don't know whether they clash. That's the thing, because
no, they look absolutely fine. It looks good. I feel like
Cyril's put Phil Max the challenge.
How have I got an extra piece? Where is this from? Oh dear.
So, Sam.
Oh no.
Andrew's been fascinated watching you scrape lines of plastic.
That's good. I don't know if that's sarcasm.
It was.
I'm sorry, everyone. Normally, at least I do something paint-wise. I'll put my model up and prove that I have actually done some painting in the last couple of days.
Oh man, Red Cuffs did a flight to the Falkland Islands that took 30 hours on a Hercules. That had got to be an uncomfortable trip. I can't imagine that's like first class on a Hercules.
Isn't that like an army plane?
Yeah, I once did 3 hours. No, it was actually it's about 2 hours in a Scandinavian mail plane, as in like for delivering mail, and that was uncomfortable.
Why were you delivering mail?
It was I wasn't. It's before the days of the dark times we live in now in terms of international travel, and it was Christmas Eve. It sounds like a movie. It was Christmas Eve. I was trying to get home from Gothenburg. I was outside of Gothenburg, and I missed my flight at Gothenburg. And the taxi driver who was trying to get me to the airport on time knew I was going to miss my flight, but the weather was atrocious. So he said he'd wait outside the airport if I had missed my flight to try and find me some accommodation. So I went into the airport. I found I'd missed the last flight home. And when I came back out, the taxi driver was waiting, and he'd spoken to his brother, who flew a mail plane from Gothenburg down to Arlanda. And his brother had said he'd take me if I sneaked round the back of the airport. Seriously. But like I say, this is before the days where airport security got very tight. So I sneaked round the back of the airport and got on a mail plane between the two airports, and then managed to get a flight home from there.
That's amazing.
But I did just have to sit in this little sideward facing seat along with all these boxes, and it was just like a little tiny twin engine plane that carried about, half a truck's worth of mail between the two airports. It was awesome. It was quite an adventure, but I don't think that would be repeated anymore, would it? Like sneak round the back.
No, probably not.
You'd probably get shot.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't happen anymore. It's a long time ago.
So anybody watching this that thinks it would be fun to recreate Phil's adventures, just don't do it. You'll get shot.
I did manage to get home. I got home at I think it was about 4:00 in the morning on Christmas morning, so I made it home. Much to my wife's delight.
So last question of the night then, from Furious George. Phil, so does pink look purple and purple look pink?
Purple can look both blue and pink to me, and there's like a line where it switches over from looking blue to simply looking pink to me. I can't see the mixture. From what I understand of purple, it's a mixture of pinky and bluey, isn't it? But I can't see that. It goes blue, and then all of a sudden it's pink. And it's it's so subtle. If I was to look at like a gradient of blue going through to red, and there's purples in the middle, I don't see that bit in the middle. There's like a hard line almost where it switches over. So that's the best way I can describe it. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
So this looks like, I know that the body's blue, but I did think it was purple. But now know it's blue. But it looked blue to me anyway. So that was. But
you weren't sure if it was purple and you were just seeing it as blue. Cyril's put Phil's models don't look painted to him.
The base looks nice though. I'm pretty. That's got white and red on it, so that's all right. And I like my whites. When I'm painting my Beal tan. So.
That's why I suggested for you to do a white marine when you were asking
I've
what
been
colour.
so happy doing that white, Sam. Doing my little white edge highlight. Although I've done like dirty boots and stuff on him and stuff, which for me is really brave because I don't normally do weathering and stuff, do I? So
It looks good.
I think you do all right then.
You do all right.
Yeah, sorry. It looks really great.
thanks.
On that note, we should probably wrap it up. Do you want to finish up, Sam?
Yep. Okay, so that's it. No, you can wrap it up, Rach. It's your show now.
Woo! So, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. And thanks to Mike, Phil, and Sam. If you like the show, give us a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Check out the website, www.wargameronline.com. There's lots of extra videos there. Have I covered everything?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, nailed it. Out the park.
Woo!
You'll say goodbye in the style of
Home
Dave.
run.
In the style of what, Phil?
In 2 day
In the style
fashion,
of
we'll
Dave.
say bye.
Oh, Dave, no. Not a 6-minute goodbye.
Okay, well, I'll wrap it up now then. Thanks everyone for joining. Bye, guys.
Thank you to everyone who has joined again. Should be Tuesday for the next show unless you're doing a Monday night thing, Phil. Monday musings.
I'm on holiday and I'm trying to set up remote
yeah.
technology so I can do it from where I am. So I might. I'll know by Sunday whether I can get a decent enough connection.
If not, it should be Tuesday. We'll see.
I might do 30 minutes.
Yep. Hope everyone has a good weekend as well, and we'll see you on Monday or Tuesday.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.